Jumping for service in February of 2020 and allows the Reading and Northern Railroad a progressive move between North Reading and key points north such as Penobscot, Pittston, and Tunkhannock.
Holy crap. Yeah. Wow. I feel like in my garage. This is the why. Police, shut back, shut back. That guy had a drone. Controlling a drone, yeah, you had to control down like this.
Just east of Jim Thorpe Junction is Nesquehoning Junction. This, along with Jim Thorpe Junction and River Junction just north of here, form a Y that allows trains to be completely turned around. Think of this as you would a three-point turnaround in a car. This is the method we will use to turn our passenger consist around for the southbound run during your stay in Jim Thorpe. Also notice the abandoned P2 tower on the left that controlled train movements at this location until April of 1972. This route is used by two of the other trains I mentioned previously. One of them is our excursion train operating from the Wilkes-Barre-Scranton Regional Railroad Station in Pittston. The other is our Lehigh Gorge Scenic Railway train. The Lehigh Gorge Scenic Railway is the train that you will have the opportunity to ride if you wish. It operates out of the Jim Thorpe Station and into the Lehigh Gorge State Park on a 16-mile, 70-minute round trip. You will be able to ride the 1 o'clock train into the Lehigh Gorge, but only the 1 o'clock train. If you ride the 3 o'clock train, you better have Uber on speed dial because you will miss this train back to Reading and Port Clinton. Tickets for the Lehigh Gorge Scenic Railway may be purchased at the booth located at the west end of the station platform and are subject to availability. Now, for those of you who would prefer to collect rare mileage, we invite our guests today to ride the Y move of our train following our arrival in Jim Thorpe. This would take you over both bridges that we just passed as we turn the train around for its southbound journey. If you wish to participate, simply remain on board upon our arrival in Jim Thorpe. Please note, however, that riding the Y move will disallow you from riding the 1 o'clock Lehigh Gorge Scenic Railway train, as we will return to the station after it has departed. The hiking and biking trail to your left was added a few years ago to link the trail in the Lehigh Gorge to Jim Thorpe. This trail is a portion of the 165-mile Delaware and Lehigh National Heritage Corridor. If you were to ride one of our popular bike trains during the spring or summer, this is the same path you would glide down for the 25-mile return trip from Whitehaven to Jim Thorpe.
Whitehaven, that's probably where he got on. Talk about getting away.
The Eye River. Back in the 80s, we used to go by the rift in there.
Very shortly, we will be entering the rail yard at Jim Thorpe. Its original engine house was torn down in 1945 to make room for the large turntable. This turntable coming up on the running right is operational and is sometimes used to turn our other steam locomotive, number 425, when it is used on passenger excursions. As I described earlier, the 2102 will use the Y at Nesquehoning, River, and Jim Thorpe junctions to turn before returning to the yard just west of the station. While the 2102 is sitting in the yard,
the 40th anniversary.
Stop by. Greet our
There are
fantastic steam
Pennsylvanias.
crew and take as many photographs
There's a
as
new
you
one.
wish.
275, I see him
On our left is the excursion train that came from Pittston. Very shortly, we will be passing under Pennsylvania Route 903. Jim Thorpe's Memorial is located on Route 903 at the end of
camera.
town. Route 903 heads towards Lake Street, deep in the Poconos.
There's all the tankers being
Jim Thorpe
stored
is on
over
the
there.
southwestern tip of the Pocono region, which includes Carbon, Monroe, Pike, and Wayne counties. Millions of people visit the Poconos each year to participate in outdoor activities, stay at one of the dozens of resorts, or take sightseeing trips. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we are approaching the station at Jim Thorpe. If you wish to get action shots of the train in 2102, you will have multiple opportunities. First, if you are not riding the Y move, be sure that you are positioned on the station platform immediately following the departure of the 1 o'clock Lehigh Gorge Scenic Railway train. The train will back down into the station to detrain guests riding the Y move. When the train is clear of passengers, 2102 will shove the passenger consist eastward clear of the station. It will then move to the west platform to be serviced and open for cab tours shortly thereafter. Cab tours will be available until approximately 2:50 p.m. At that time, 2102 will move eastward through the station and rejoin its passenger consist. Following the departure of the 3 o'clock Lehigh Gorge train, 2102 will bring our train back into the station for reboarding. We will begin boarding at approximately 3:15, and we will depart Jim Thorpe at 3:45 sharp. Remember your coach numbers, you will have the same seat for the return trip. The train will not be accessible while we are in town, therefore please take anything you may need along with you. You may of course leave anything you wish on the train and no one will bother it. Remember to have your ticket stubs with you, as you'll be required to present them to your car attendant prior to boarding the return trip this afternoon. Finally, folks, one other important point of order. We will be completely turning the train around. Therefore, the last car to arrive will be the last car to leave this afternoon. Your seat will be facing the opposite direction, and you will be sitting on the other side of the train on the return trip. Again, boarding will commence at approximately 3:15 p.m., and we will depart promptly at 3:45. Please be on time and make sure you board the correct train. Two of the other trains operating in Jim Thorpe today are not going anywhere close to Port Clinton or North Reading, and to say the least, it's a long walk back. Now, ladies and gentlemen, as soon as our conductor has the train properly spotted in the station, he will give the okay to your car attendants to detrain you. If you're not participating in the Y move, please exit the train only where you see a uniformed car attendant with an open door and step box. Please follow their instructions, such as take your time, watch your step, hold on to the handrails, and look down as you exit. We do not want anyone getting hurt. We'll see you back here on the train at 3:15. Until then, Rusty Anna saying so long.
Going back to Port Clinton. And now we're going to stay on here and do the turnaround.
My legs are getting sore too. Yeah. See that rhythm will put you right to sleep, won't it? Hurry up.
All right. I'll see you later.